Welcome to MMA Dogs. My name is Hector. This is my dog Dan.
Hi.
And we are in Las Vegas, the home of the UFC and the mecca of MMA. In our opinion, and we've talked about this before. What do you got, dog?
Yeah, we both agree on this. They go out there and finish a fight early in the first round, but don't get caught speeding. Don't get caught speeding on this fight.
They're against a guy who just got bit by a dog with rabies or something.
For me, it's do not bet.
And betting advice: do not bet.
But it's going to be one of those things, guys. I really feel it.
It's unanimous. MMA Dogs have spoken. 5-star, and that's going to be a knockout. Just something to highlight the night.
MMADawgs.com. MMADAWGS.com.
Now, let's take a look at a matchup that would really get all the fans going. And this could potentially be the biggest draw, the biggest promoted heavyweight matchup in history. If Dana White could somehow get Fedor out of retirement, somehow get him out of Russia, put him on a night train out of Russia, and underwater. I'm sure the plane would make it some kind of underwater top secret thing. Get him over here in the United States, and I'm sure Lesnar would do it. Get him in the octagon too. We can have a matchup that a lot of mixed martial arts fans have wanted to see for a long time now. Ever since Brock Lesnar burst on the MMA scene and to the UFC scene, it's just be a really exciting fight, a really exciting matchup. If anything, it wouldn't be for let's see who's gonna be the next UFC heavyweight champion. Let's see who's gonna take the belt from Kane. If anything, it would just be an interesting matchup, something that would sell. Something that a lot of people have wanted to see. So it wouldn't necessarily be, let's see who's the next greatest guy, but let's just see who would win now in a fight between these two guys. So Fedor, arguably one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time, and he's accomplished everything. He's got the knockout power, he's got the submissions, he's got the heart, he's tough. Just if you could take a guy and make him a mixed martial artist with the mentality and attitude he has, it would be Fedor. And then in Brock Lesnar, we have something very similar. A guy who's not scared of any fighter, who would just go in there, do his thing. It's real unfortunate that he's had health issues because, this guy has just got the determination, the focus, the ability to he's already a big star, the ability to maintain that stardom, that thing that draws people to want to watch him. And I know the WWE fans would be all over this. This would be such a moneymaker. It's very unfortunate that the UFC has not been able to make it happen. And the UFC's worth, a little over $2 billion, so they're not hurting. But still, for the fans and the additional money they can make, this would be a very interesting match. With Lesnar, we know we're getting a guy who's going to go out there and bull rush you. I'll never forget the time I saw him fight Cain Velasquez in Anaheim, and the amount of energy that was just coming from this guy when he walked out was something to be seen, really, and it was just very impressive. And when he got in the octagon and he pushed Velasquez up against the cage, it looked like they were going to fall out of the cage. The octagon was going to fall over, and they were going to go tumbling down. Some power to be just really just experienced in person. And then with Fedor, can't believe I almost forgot this. I saw him fight Andrei Arlovski also in Anaheim. So this fight almost could have. They've both been in Anaheim. This could happen in Anaheim. I
hope it's in Anaheim.
Yeah, that would be nice.
If not San Diego.
And so with Fedor, this guy it's almost like. I remember that punch he threw to knock out Andrei Arlovski when Andrei Arlovski went up for some stupid flying knee. And that's what Andre calls it. He went up for a stupid flying knee, made a stupid mistake. In Fedor, you just see him release that punch, and it's just, boom, that's it. Just boom, that's it.
Punch KO.
That's it, done. Flash. What do they call it in those video games? Flash KO.
Flash KO.
Just boom, done. The fight's over. And it's just impressive power. That's the kind of power that MMA fighters dream about having. And it would just be a very interesting matchup. Two powerful guys. One, physically, you see it. you can feel the power coming from this guy going out there. And I like how Joe Rogan says it, like a Viking on a horse that's coming down, to the village to raid the village and take the women and just. And then with Fedor, you've got a guy who's almost like a priest. He's almost like a monk, very respectful and very quiet and very, very reserved. But he's got the power in his fist to just, and the ability to submit any heavyweight. And so, yeah, this would be a really, really awesome fight. And I want to turn it over to my dog, Dan. Dan, what do you got for us?
Yeah, dog. Dana White recently, not too recently, within the last year or two, talked about how close this fight was to happen. Bringing both these guys out of retirement, throwing them together, and like you said, dog, not to really see who's going to be the next greatest thing, but basically just to see what would happen if you put these guys in the ring together. And basically it comes down to would Brock Lesnar hold back like he did against Alistair Overeem, or would he bull rush like he did against Cain Velasquez? And you could say, well, he did both of those things and still lost. But you could argue that if he held back against Cain and bull rushed Alistair, he could have won. So if he did the opposite things at opposite times, he could have won. And you could look at Fedor saying like, oh, okay, well, he's beat everybody except for UFC fighters, current UFC fighters, and Brock Lesnar being a former UFC fighter would beat him. But then you could also say that Brock Lesnar's weakness is the sickness with diverticulitis. I can't even say it for the right way. His sickness is basically what got him retired in the first place. And he might come back, he might not. But I would think that this would be a fight the fans would want to see. I can't think of a reason why Fedor Emelianenko would not take this fight. Because the money will be there. The money will be there for it, and the publicity will be there for it. You got to think this would be bigger. Obviously, Fedor fighting Cain would be another thing, but I think a lot of people would think this is more of a fight that both guys should not turn down. And pulling both these guys out of retirement to do so, I think would be one of the best things for the UFC in general. If you guys think you know who's going to win this fight, leave a comment below. Tell us why. We'll get a good discussion going. And yeah.
And let's not forget the UFC, now that you're mentioning the pay-per-views, has lost their two biggest pay-per-view stars this year. So if there was a time to make it, it would be tomorrow. It would be today. Would be today. Make that fight happen ASAP, because with Anderson Silva gone and being out for God knows as long as he's going to be, they want to get him back in there ASAP, but you never know with that kind of a problem. And then with GSP, just totally turning his hey, here I don't want to be part of this. Yeah, exactly. It's just like being pissed off basically with the UFC. This would be something that would generate a lot of money, a lot of views, a lot of interest, and hey, you never know. It's MMA. Anything could happen.
I think with the hype behind Fedor Emelianenko, that this would be the highest growing pay-per-view of all time if they brought this in. That's what I think. So Dana White, you're watching this, make it happen. There's going to be a winner between the two fighters, but ultimately the fans are going to win, and the UFC will get back on track.
And like I said, it doesn't have to be seen as this, like, whoever wins here gets to fight Cain Velasquez. They might try and market it at that, I'm not some UFC, employee or anything like that. They might do that. But it could just be for the novelty of it, for the fans of it.
One last fight.
Who
would win between these two guys?
If they want, nobody
come out of retirement and then retire.
Nobody would force them. If they want to do it, you can coax them into doing it by offering money. But like I said, with Fedor, with him being Fedor's number one thing isn't money, so it would have to be he would have to find the motive or the reason within himself to come out. But hey, like I said, it's MMA. Anything can happen. And that's that. In my opinion,
if Fedor came out and beat Brock Lesnar or lost, that would be it for him. I think he would. If a win with Brock Lesnar, that would be good enough for him. Okay, that's fine. Brock Lesnar come back, he would not stay in the UFC if he lost. But if he won, I want that belt. He'd be all over Overeem and Junior Dos Santos, and I would really like to see that fight. They coached another woman fighter, and that fight never happened. Junior Dos Santos for Brock Lesnar too. That would be a good one.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar would open up a can of Coors Light and drink it. Now we've talked a little bit about it. You can check out our website. It's MMADAWGS.com. You can see our track record there. In the last 34 UFC events, we have tracked every single pick. The 5-star picks are undefeated. They're 100%. The 4-star picks are right around 85%. And the 3-star picks are right around 60%. So, you can pick your poison there, see which one you like. And then we're doing a special deal right now. It's a special promo. Sometimes it'll be there, sometimes it won't. It just depends on the time and season. But it's early bird price. So if you're interested in betting on MMA and you want to get your feet wet and you want to see what it's all about, we offer a price, $20. It's not a bad deal at all. And then we also have a regular online price, which is $35, a good deal too. And so yes, check out the website. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down here, or also shoot us an email. We've got our information on there. You can explore the site, check out all the different things, and that sums it up. So thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll talk to you guys real soon.
You got money on them, say. If you know who gon' win, say MMA. DAWGS.